Hey everyone! Let me turn down the volume of this thing. It might be a little too loud. Okay. I think now it's a little bit too loud. Okay, how about that? Hey! So if it hasn't given it away already, I am now in my new computer. But that's a twist. Well, there's not a twist. It's kind of the same as my old computer. Well, no, it's not the same. It's better. I ended up giving up on the whole putting it up. I have realized I'm not smart enough to figure it out fast enough to get it up and running, and I cannot just get it up. So I just sold my hardware from my old computer into this, but it is using a lot better. Not that you can tell because it's still mostly configured to use the old hardware, and also I'm playing Arknights, which is not very hardware intensive to begin with. So, yeah, very short, I'm on my new computer, I'm playing Arknights. Gotta get back to it. As soon as I connect my phone. Last time in Arknights, trying to get the hell out of Londinium. Because shit fuck. But people are stupid. Yeah, that's basically what happened. So now, we're gonna keep going. Bull 6. Who's war? When the sounds of cannon fire ring in their ears, soldiers and civilians alike ponder the same question. Allies have quickly reduced cost. So let me see if I can try this. Okay. Hopefully that's not an issue. It might be an issue. Okay, I'm gonna turn that back on. Okay, that's it. Alright. Now let's get this. Suspects. Wait, I should have checked the map. Guess I don't need to. 12-6. Who's war?
光についてきてください。
Let's see.
ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。
Alright, this is the thing with it. 5.
My speed and I hail from Victoria. んごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。ポートキャリブレーション中よ。この一本がさ、外は危ないからね。うわ、みんなこっち来て。ターゲットロックオン。
What the fuck? Third is there. Can only be blocked randomly for at least 3 blocks. First attack does something. I'll think about something important. Alright, can't block these. Alright.
ここからは一歩も引かない。
Standing by. Bravery shall overcome evil. 空を舞う感覚、味わってみない？ うわ、本気で行くよ。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
この一本が先家まで送ろうか。
Oh,
うわ、本気で行くよ。
医療プロセス開始します。
alright. Because I don't have a
うん？
freaking pack up here. Oh, you're just gonna go around.
準備完了。いつでも燃やせます。
Okay, so first attack deals splash damage. Yeah.
何？燃えろ。
鮮血が武器を染め戦場を沸き立たせる。
Standing by. Tactics sharpen the mind. 外は危ないからね。
抗ってみなよ。
Alright. Well. You got the same or?
Mission accomplished.
Good. I really don't have anything here. Boss, decide with our own eyes. You use your stove? Where'd you get food? How come you have something to eat every day? Found it by chance. Found it. Don't go overboard with him. If this guy gets an rip at the attack, we'll all be dead. I really just saw that someone has been doing things on my windowsill. Still trying to hide. Are his words really so untrustworthy? Even the infected get lucky sometimes and find food, right? What's so strange about that? Who the fuck are you? You're Robin too? Hello, my name is Red. Back in my Earth days, they called me Redblade. I don't like his colors. They're pretty similar to other colors that I'm familiar with. Pick up the pace. Stay close. Hang in there. We're almost there. Right. There's more and more of them. Whoa. I've heard about you and your family. Glad to have the opportunity to fight alongside you today. For Londinium and for Victoria. What the fuck are you? Damn! Bitch just blew himself up. Don't stop. Keep moving. Victorian insects. It's high time we brought an end to this game of hide and seek. Where do you want to run? Is it death that you want to escape? You and your friends who are hiding in the shadows will all return to shreds. It's what you owe us. This is what everyone in Londinium, Victoria, across the lands, owe us. The storm will still erupt. You can't outrun war. Shut the fuck up. Too many people. Find a way to break through here. You have one grenade left. Robin, take this grenade. Head down. Blow up the bottom deck of power layer. Victory, protect them. The rest of you keep moving forward. You... Yeah. Don't worry. We'll leave the rest to us. Horn! You! Shut the fuck up! I don't have time to fumble you again. Hurry! Horns interrupt. Brings a weave of enemy through the city. It is merciless. It is high time this all came to an end. All this bleeding, the battle, and these useless men. Soldiers are meant to die in war. I wonder, if it's just right now. Who to? Up to. Who tightens their grip on their weapon after their fall. Under the dark, cloudy sky, the sound can be heard zooming in ever closer from afar. Alright. A familiar sound, although it has been a long time since it was last heard in Londinium. It is only in their distant memories and fuzzy rumors that people can find that sound. That? What the fuck? Horn, run, take this chance. You are. Victoria. Drat these doors! They're too thick. They can't hear us on the other side. They took Clovicia and Catherine. They're trying to use them as bargaining chips with their sarcasm? These despicable traitors. Shining, can you open them? Can't delay any longer. We don't know when the sarcasm will make it here. I'll give it a try. No, don't! Don't make a big show like that. It's only going to draw the enemy here faster. We have a bunch of critically wounded and non-combatants here. If we actually start fighting the royal court guy, even if we can't get away, what about them? I'll be waiting to meet our maker if I remain here. I don't know why my friends are scheming, but guys, I think this was supposed to be guts. My guts is they have more in mind than keeping us here. My drone has a small laser cutting device. The steel plates may be thick. If you give me some time, how will it take? Oh, keep your pants on. You need to test the output first. Right. Do you remember what happened to old Bill? It has to be one of those monsters has got to have infiltrated us again. He fooled us again. We're too careless. Should have noticed sooner. Right. Those sarcasms can change their faces here too? Thinks that this is how we don't trust anyone. What if that's not what this is? They're our allies. They're Londinium workers too. I know. I grew up with them. But what if this is their decision? This is the choice that Tommy, Pato, and they made with everybody else. But why? It's supposed to be on the same side. It's easier to believe that your allies were replaced than to accept they betrayed us. That's exactly what's happened. I can tell what they were thinking, more or less. As the rage induced fervor dissipates, not so easy to choose to keep fighting. Felicia said as much before too. In the end, it's just a bunch of normal people. I have to admit that even I fear leaving, just like them. Fleeing and cowering, the most instinctive choice that all normal people make when they're confronted with war. Then you stay! Stay here with your friends! I won't do that, Rock. I have to face my fear. The only way I can remind myself the worth of bravery. I have faith that they haven't crossed that line. Faith that they were only sucked into this choice by fear. None of it matters now. I will save Granny and Clovicia, just like I did last. For one that can wait much longer. The drone station is working. Drone station is working on the door already. It'll take 20 minutes, maybe. I'll help too. I have tools on me. And our adventure is going to come in handy here. Be patient. Hold on a little longer. We can leave this place safe and... What the fuck? I didn't catch any Starcast movement. Shining. Oh. Oh, hey, Shining. Been a while. Heard you went to a family reunion. W, you're here. W? I from Londinium heard that just now. My person's drawn, right? I've always been pretty accurate with my explosives. Just the right amount. I heard Galtiz got beat up really bad. Thought I'd find some time to come take a look. Well, it really did take a beating. The reason doesn't know how to hold back, huh? Here I thought the guy would go shelter of his old friend. She's still unconscious. Well, shit, that's too bad. For me, that is. Should I shed a few tears for her? Maybe I ought to take this chance to make sure the old hag never crosses me again. Ah, a little shit's not that either. Thank fuck I don't have to make the rock about it. They're so nasty. Monster was very heavily damaged. It was until 2 hours ago that I recovered it from the fractions. I suggest you avoid provoking it. I'm saving its master's life. The very least has gotta learn to treat me with a bit more respect. Otherwise, eh. Compromise with blue. I like it. Real court fighters are heading this way. Quick, we gotta get out of here before they... With your yapping closure, hurts my ears. What small do you think that is? You're so worried, get your men to move those armory. I know a couple good spots outside the city. Wanna take a look? The supplies we have at hand, best case scenario, we should be able to last another week. What about worst case scenario? Alright, I get it. Hero and I will keep trying to come up with something. What's the situation like outside? Borough that normally has less than 10,000 residents suddenly finds its population struggling multiple times over. No additional supplies, no police, no law and order. Still alive even after the last several days. Should be thankful that the citizens still have a shred of morality. Could also be because Cater's first pack a punch. I don't deny that. You heard anything about what the Duke's plans are? I heard Duke Windermere's barracks are in front from here. I'm sure they won't turn a blind eye to our predicament. I've heard rumors. Some say they saw a blaze surge through the night sky. We also that flying thing the Sarkas had. When they were cast out of Londinium, its shadow swept through the entire plate. Guess is that the Dukes are all very fearful of that. Only probably counter-attacking right now. Of course, it's also possible that the outside world has gone to hell. Londinium has been bound to smithereens. Who knows? Maybe the Dukes don't know that there are still people alive here? Maybe they thought all of us died. They had a way to get word out. What way? Intercity net is completely paralyzed. A couple of sods trapped in the lockdown zone like us should just worry about whether we'll have anything to eat tomorrow. It's hard to believe that just a few days ago we were still watching that old Wildwood movie in the video shop. What's that movie called again? War of the Mutant Geeks? The ending was actually pretty touching though. I don't know, I fell asleep. All I saw was the nomadic city getting blown up in the explosion at the very end. Hey! Foreshadowing, narrative device. All I remember is that Mr. I know it's awfully generous with me. After all, we helped him deal with the video shop trouble plenty of times. I only hope that he's doing well. The situation outside wouldn't do his nearest thing any favors. I stopped by the video shop for a look. The door was shut. Why did you always sleep in the video shop though? We met each other because your laughter woke me up. Sorry, but that movie was really funny. The start was your fault for falling asleep there. A better place to sleep than there. That comedy director's real famous. And Oliver. An untimely growl that signifies hunger can suddenly be heard, shattering the easygoing atmosphere you have finally managed to build. Sorry. You're getting too little. That will last if you keep this up. That's okay. We need to carry on. The lives we had came to an end just like that. In an instant. This is what it all turned into. There's lunatics and then bodies everywhere. There's blockade walls that Stark has built. And men attempting to break through them past couple of days. Brains still hanging on the walls. I don't understand. How did it... War's broken out, Bird. I know. That's because these few windless words. What's past disappear without a trace in the blink of an eye. Whose war is this? Dukes are trying to protect Victoria. I know that this war is not mine. A small broken stir, as well as the clanging of multiple cans, can be heard from the shadows. What are you doing? It isn't your turn to stand watch tonight. What's that you're hiding underneath your coat? Stay back!
僕お手製のミルフィーユ。味はどうだい？
12 Discourse of Life and Death. Do not forget that while we debate the ultimate proposition of life and death, there is another struggle between life and death, and providing evidence for our arguments.
Leave the defense to me.
Stay away! All of you! Stay away! This gutless man suddenly pulls out something and brandishes it in the air. It is a fountain pen. Even in the dark, you can tell clearly just how fancy it's decorated. He is a scholar of heraldry. Claims he could be the next fellow of the Royal Victorian Academy of Science. Maybe that's the pen from which all sorts of marvelous criticisms used to flow. But now, it is just a pathetic, utterly shameful letter, clutched in a trembling hand. With a clatter, a can falls out of his coat, which he hastily stoops to pick back up and hide again under its layers. Sir, that's our last can of meat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't carry on. I'm at my limit. Lockdown zone. The dust of the death floating in the air. This corpse did everything. I don't understand. Why should I be living out my days like this? I'm someone who means something. Should be waking up to the call of fowl, to a cup of coffee, then to my writing desk and manuscripts. Why should I? Man, I'm sorry. I'm aware of all the assistance you afforded me, but... Excuse me, really. Please. This isn't the sort of things I should be doing. I used to take pride in my virtue. Wonderful to my servants. Would tip double what anyone would whenever we went out to eat. I can't carry on. Enough. Really, I just can't make sense of this. So confused. And you're free to put down that can you've got. Be out of this place. I can make a trade with you. I have some gems. Target origin. And I think that Patron firearm. Which we don't need. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. The man trembles and shakes harder and harder, until finally his lips give out, and he's kneeling on the floor. Probably never begged someone like this in all of his life. He's acting a comedic sight. Grips his overcoat with white knuckles, so tight the place where he hides the can bulges out. It's like a weeping tumor parasiting on his body, or an unborn child, more love than you'd ever know. Get on your way, man. Front door sealed. You know how to make a balcony exit. Bird! Let him go. Let him go. Get the hell out of here. The people that he can with him. Never to return, why don't you? I'm warned. I'm not watching this happen again. I never want to see any of this anymore. Timid man hurries to leave, stumbling, hesitating. He doesn't believe this boxing gym owner slash gangman will let him go so easily. Delphine stares daggers at him. He turned his head. Subconsciously, he feels about himself. He doesn't have a thing on him. Notes and coins are worse than useless in normal days. He grinds his teeth, drops down and leaves that gutted up pen of his on the floor, then immediately turns and legs it into the darkness. He's out. Barrett picks up the fountain pen, and with no comment, throws it in her pocket. Delphine, come on, let's touch heads. Get for a bit. Like the old days, in the video shop. I don't know what kept me, but young girl, you say you're the merc flashy princess sign here. Yeah. Nice luck then. Get on this job here. All you gotta do is watch out those Victorian guys don't cross the blockade line. If anyone makes trouble, you kill them. Got it. Ah, yeah. Let's give those stuck-up Victorians the miserable days they deserve. Pops calling the shots and throw them in a pile of hatchets or whatever. Let them dispatch themselves instead. I don't think the brief allows that. You know how to rain on a parade, little girl? We're circuit. Do if they live or die. May as well find our own, you know. We may as well find our own fun where we can. But, nah, whatever. I'm gonna take a nap. So watch this place. If any accidents happen, I got no reservations about taking your little hand off along with theirs. He's gone. Thank you, girl. I didn't bring much out this time. Some food and some medicine. Oh, that's the message. Thank you. Thank you. Why is it so weird for me to help you? You're a sarcasm. You're one of us. What if you talk to my officer, sir? You don't need to be staying with these Victorians. No, I've lived here my whole life. This is my home. Londinium is? Any place you go, you find targets, don't you? You come running on tail myself after you out right here. I've never been to Glasgow, little girl. Is that where you're from? No, I've never been either. And where do you go home? Oh, I'm not sure. I was born in Colombia, but my old captain said Glasgow was the real home for a sarcasm. Even though you've never set foot there? I don't know. That's what all of them say. I don't take much notice of what the soldiers like to tell us. Never mind going out killing with them. I'd rather get that chandelier in my hotel fixed. You should have seen it when it was in good shape. I'm telling you, crown of jewels to beat any dangerous necklace. But to mention all the effort I spent as a younger man, hands on, polishing that thing to a split shine. You sure one weird sarcasm. Strange to be more fond of light fictions. Is it strange to be more fond of light fictions than murder? I'm sorry, I confess. I never had much contact with mercenaries. But more than comforts me that there are kind-hearted girls like you who bring supplies for me out here. For now, child, I can't stay around here too long. If you ever get the chance in the future, you must come pay a visit to my hotel. 40, even 30 years ago, Hopper was still singing with life. The hotel on Sunset Street was the best place in all of Londinium to be. I will. Maybe once we're done with this war. Good. You have a secret invitation from me to try out our best desserts. Shatter. Oh, go for command. Such witchery has no purchase against us, Banshee. You made more than enough attempts over the past days. It is time wasted. True grasp of our cluster's nature is not yours. Your knowledge is solely attained from study. Altogether forged is your personal experience. Perhaps you shall lay down your pen for bone one moment. Your pen of bone one moment. We would like to simply take a walk with you. In the words of good Viscount we once became, of a good Viscount we once became, the city offers no better time than the present. But lo, the footpaths about the city center are Londinium's pride. Massey, what fate is it you wish to elect for yourself? You're profused with incarnations and transformations. You believe death is always yours to outrun. I will perform your elegy for you in your home. Please, don't look to scare us, Banshee. We know the methods at your disposal. We simply point out that an individual's death is not the end to us, just as a city does not metamorphose for a street's removal, nor does a civilization collapse for a written script's vanishing. Yet any civilization will languish and decline. And thus we value the renewal, the experience. We knew close to every one of your forebears, Banshee. All once were young, and all once greatly ardently aspirational as you are now. Perhaps there's no other way it should be. Perhaps it is by the elegy, the dirge, that the transformation should be begotten. But they all became as dust in the air. Your cohort likewise cannot plead an ell at your ache. Does your experience still draw you to that flame of ruination side? No, it doesn't. Already we have searched for countless years, and still we search for different roots, for different places. You are an extraordinary master of witchcraft. May we bid you to grant this olden memory a pittance of a stage set? We sunk into Sargon's Sea of Sands for 100 years. Time with the King of Kings expedition had only just come to a close. Such exploits call to you to follow in their wake, especially before they fully pass on to legend. Banshee, clear those sandstones for me. A Fata Morgana, though it may be. I ask a meager moment of your precious time. Come seek my origins with me. Let us submerge in them. Let us trek together. Maybe you'll understand me. Maybe I'll find myself in you. Prove yourself to me. We'll reach a conclusion, Damacy. Curtains. Obviously, this doesn't quite match up with what remnant memories I have, but I can't blame you. When scours all too many traces. It was here I built people's houses. Newfangled wonders like Pneumatic City weren't yet to be. And the houses built of stones ultimately vanished into thin air with the sandstorms. Built, then destroyed. Built, then destroyed. Most might tire after facing such a cycle, but in it, I was happy. You liken to this civilization? This is the renewal you so enjoy? No, not enjoy. That was a sloppy metaphor, no more. Ultimately, there is a construction to every civilization, and an ending. And yet, I possessed neither, though I so yearn to. You're in the stone, you're sand. Sand. Yes, Banshee, I am sand. Unable to be constructed. Its very own end. Fate you're not content with. I once became as a lord of mere scum, and met the king of kings of that era. He proclaimed himself the Shah of past and future, that all answers to all creation lay in his golden trove of treasures. I asked him, Your Majesty, what meaning is there to all we surround ourselves with? Where will you lead us? He lifted his head high, proclaimed to me, My very thought is meaning. Such was his arrogance, his egotism, that basking in the light of the afternoon sun, he believed himself civilization's ruler. But all I could see was that, comically, propped on a corner of his own cloak. I was bored, and so I departed the place. I'm very struck by the Duke's methods. This was no small one, but you infiltrated like you were walking into your own backyard. Those quick grapples of yours, the mini illusion units. I wonder you got your own Londinium intelligence network established under a circus control district. You're free enough you can move between Londinium and this disused plate wherever you want. Victoria is the most formidable nation in these lands, and the Duke is loyal to his victorians, worthiest of note. It is only natural we'd have our whole gallery of art tricks readied. But we don't turn them on us. The Duke of Gaster treats our friends very dearly. The airship's hidden somewhere on this plate. By our estimates, there should be an underground dock here. Nothing more concrete? We'll leave it up to you. You got a little time before Old Wellington and General Nashasserer start testing each other's strength. But a little's all you got. Trusting you all to wrap this up in a satisfactory way, for me. And don't forget, this is a trade, Your Highness Alexandrina, and you, Dr. Rose Simon. Discourse of Life and Death.
光についてきてください。みんな助けに来たよ。わあ、本気で行くよ。My speed and I hail from Victoria. ターゲットロックオン。Standing by. Discipline strengthens the will. Sagekihojo module 展開っと。うわ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。 くない位置取りだね。
この1本が最後だからここね。うわ、本気で行くよ。
さてどうするかな。
チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？
Standing by. Discipline strengthens the will.誰一人通すものか。
これが戦場というものね。うわ、みんなこっち来て。
イエスさ、犯人、奴らを押しつぶせ。Standing by. Benevolence shall save life.
このチェーンソーで真っ二つに。
あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
エリートオペレーターから教わった切断術を見せたい。
うわ、見ちゃうところだった。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。気を確かに。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
Alright.
Mission accomplished.
Yeehaw! Mission accomplished.
Tutorial 23. Double temptation. After 3 days without food, the devil gave the starving man a poisonous apple. Can the temptation to gorge himself overcome his fear of immediate death? While it's a greatly reduced cost, roadside emergency was destroyed, grant certain amount of DP and comfort. Double temptation.
一気に型をつける。
ちょっと乱暴だけど、硬い金属とかシェルターを切り裂くのが好きなんだ。
What she said. Doctor, what a large number of enemies. However, we lack the resources or backing from civilians to deploy the AoE operators.
貴様の生死は私が決める。
Fortunately, we found some emergency supplies in the streets. Break the supply crates to get deployment resources. On it! That's not useful.
ここだよ。
戦場に出たからな。死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。
We're plenty short deployment resources.
ここだよ。
この辺、温度が低く。
私の武器は 誰にでも扱えるわけではない。
狙って
戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。カデルポッケン。
戦場は騒がしいから、よかったら声を上げてもいいよ。我慢しないで。
私が振りまく地で大盛り上がり間違いなし。
戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。
感染者の権利は感染者自身の手で取り戻す。
Okay. So it reunion under fire. Reunions are not always accompanied by flowers, unless a greatly reduced cost puts your emergencies. Okay. Excuse me, what the fuck?
.単独行動の方が好きなんだけど。
Reunion under fire.
諸君、君らの顔なんて覚えてられないけど、まあ行こうか。My spirit and I hail from Victoria.
みんなこっち来て。ポートキャリブレーション中よ。他の人はついてこれる。この一本ここね。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
ここ、私からは敵が見えるけど、向こうからは残念だったね。
Standing by。悪くない位置取りだね。
ここ。
Ah,
ターゲット。
thought that was going to be a ranged thing. Target's absurdist operative. Attacks reduce cost when carrying ammo. What do you mean reduce cost?
プログラム起動します。
So like if I pull you back, you're gonna cost more or less?
この一本がここね。わあ、本気で行くよ。
君にできるかな。
Here we are。怖くはないわ。
You ain't get through me。
本気で行くよ。 問題ないわ。ほら、しっかり。体が重く感じてきた？
Mission accomplished.
Alright then. It's really changed around here. Ruins, corpses, and Londinium dust floating from the dead. I imagine you Roots Islanders don't need me worrying about your protection being a repathy specialist and all. This war has been creating new infected without end. Life under these circumstances can only make it harder. They've been thrown into this chaos without warning. They may not realize how cruel a fall it is yet. Goes for the pain of their illness, scars of war. They'll know soon enough. Twice over. You all have a clear picture of how it infects and festers. The people die in their confusion, or amass in their hatred. We've seen where that hatred leads, Doctor. Reunion. Wars give people a great excuse. Without the veil of daily life, things could get even worse. Whatever the reason is, we need to stop the Reeses. Not the reason. Roger. It looks like we'll have to part ways for the moment. So goes our line of work. Always piles of things nagging at you to deal with them. Right. I think I'll be seeing you in a bit. Stay productive now. Really, hell, you makes my hair stand on end. Not even old PC Woodman ever made me feel so sick. Alright everyone, shut up. Welcome to the HQ of Winberry Glasgow Games. I mean, I can guarantee it was at least. I don't know how Barrett's been running the gym since we left. Siege, Morgan, you not got anything to say? Indra, no. I think I stepped on something. Eh, probably just someone's pet scampering for the street again. The hell is that a Mia? I'm not telling you not to look, but you're probably gonna look anyway. I've seen already, Doctor. In those illusions from the past, seen sights still more tragic than the ones here. We're here precisely to ensure the situation doesn't unfold that far. The Hatted Men led us here, then permitted us to act freely on our own wishes outside of the deal we made. His goal is clear to us. He knows we won't be content with letting all this be, and he hopes the people here will credit the Duke he serves with our actions. But I don't care. I don't care how the Duke wants to use us. I don't care what kind of prestige he's hoping to break in. I don't care if this will impact some other Dukes fighting for their people's affections, or compel them to act in whatever way. What that matters is, I cannot let this be. This isn't some disaster taking place in a country, in a city, in a neighborhood unrelated to us. This is happening to each and every living person. Trust has always been a fragile thing. In a moment, I'm harder to rebuild. Quickly, Doctor. We might not have that many pharmaceuticals on us. We have to make all the use of them while we can. There. Should be okay now. Sorry, I'm not a professional, Doctor. Just some basic first aid. We stabilize your apathy symptoms and stop your wounds from worsening. That's all we can do for now. You need rest. Supplements. After that, it's down to luck. Do you need us to bring you home? No me! Hunger knocked me out, that's all. Just sleeping for a bit on the pavement. What do you be wanting? I got nothing to my name. You don't want anything. Nothing? How about come, sir? Here's some food. Keep it here. Don't let anyone else find out. What? Hold up! Alright. I'll be out of here. Not too long without food. Don't eat too quickly. You need to let your bodily functions recover bit by bit first. Right. Got it. Thank you. We have a lot of people staring at us. Most of them with ill will. Two groups are planning their moves and readying Molotovs. I know. And at the same time, the desperate have seen us too. And the ones hiding themselves in the dark, deathly ill. So have they. Just the fact that we're here might have been enough to relight a spark of hope. The island collapse, any reboot demands great care. That's right, Doctor. We don't need for people to trust us. We need them to re-establish their trust in each other. That's what underlies a society coming back to life. Someone's coming. Doesn't matter. Stood right here. I'll stand in front of you. This is our street, and we're pulling her back out of this chaos and anger. Doesn't matter who it is. Bring it on. Mind yourself. Here they come. Hey! Take that. Boy, what you done for someone nothing? Nearly struck you straight to go. You don't show up like a circus. You want everyone here targeting you? Come on, with me. They're gonna run! Shit! The Glasgow's got it first! Direct them! Out of the way. Is it S? Don't take them out. Not for now. I recognize the fear of their life. Just the fear and torture driving them mad. Nothing they need to pay for with their lives. If the alley we used to bunk off for our slipping. Then north and go. Bird will be your home. Come with me. Quick! Gotta move on! Don't lose it! Or they can run! Get up here! You need dead people if you got any spot. I'm not your nanny. You wanna go? Who are those people? Hey, what's up gonna be? The Glasgow bats. Nothing's getting out of it. Getting them together, or am I getting you? No, I reckon I've seen it before. That one even begins. This has got more complexity than I was predicting. I need to move fast. Is there a bigger ruckus in here today or something? Their fire start again. Can I go take a look, sir? Fire spreads. No skin of your nose, little girl. Do your own job. Let me see anything funny. Someone's gonna look out for you here. Aye, aye, sir. Sir, what brings you here in person? There's nothing you need to worry about here. It's all under control. Paying no heed to the Sarka soldiers' report, Manfred walks over to the foot of the blockade zone's wall, gazing far at the buildings within. Is something off, sir? The war continues to proceed smoothly. Paprika, what have you witnessed in these past days? They've just been slaughtering each other. No, it's not even that really. They've just been scared. Fear and mistrust divide people. Facts, customs, and morals all collapse forthwith under extreme conditions. The Castle of old attested to that. Castle? Whence do our two leaders take a stand? You mean? What if I were to ask you, what can bind a people? Maybe patience? You can try and win people over, or use your kindness to move others. I think as long as you have enough time. She failed. Many times that such things build are too frail. But he told me the most efficient thing is hate. Manfred throws an indifferent glance at the young mercenary girl, her breath bound tight by nerves, daring only to stare at the tips of her own shoes. You have persistently been sharing your own supplies with those behind the blockade. No! That was a sarcasm. I thought... What? How could you? Sarcasm, Sir Victoria, should make you even more sick. Sir, I assure you, I will immediately... Continue. Sir? I cannot have everyone inside dying of starvation yet. In time, there will be of great use to the military commission. Not much has changed around here. Morgan, your fruit is still up. And look at now. My standards must have been terrible back then. Never got much better though. Oh, you wanna go ahead? As the two argued, Siege and Barry looked on. They made brief eye contact, and break into laughter, shaking their heads. If you overlook the sealed up entrance, the boarded up windows, and the weirdness of the sections, it might all seem like nothing's changed. Everyone else deep inside, we haven't changed. It's self-consolation at most. Illusion. Every minute and second that's ever passed have left an unquestionable mark. Long time no see, bird. With that, Vina, time no see. The fact that you're still around and kicking is probably the best news I've had in a long while. I've never said die. You know that. But I do. Vina, just as happy to see you back here. Happier than you could imagine. Always believed you'd come back. Put up the sign for the Slobberknocker together and all. Back in the early days. Just, it's been hard for me to grin and bear it. This times. I know. And I know you didn't come back just for my sakes. 4 years ago, you scrambled out of here. Remember, Norfolk was practically open season already. Bastards up to your neck. I wasn't ready then. I didn't want to tow anyone else into my business. It was leave or nothing. So, here now, street. Now you're ready. Hope I am. The Road Islanders want to look for that swordman ship here. I'll be assisting them at the Rhodes Island operator. I'll never stop being a member of the Glasgow gang. I'll get you out of this mess. That is my duty to you. Always ask me. Same as ever you are, Vina. They're a bit different. Just like it used to be, eh? Just one thing. No, wait. We're skint on supplies as is. Then we bring all these people. Pretty sure we brought our own supplies. To split up once we're done eating? Are you hoping I'll go rob some blockhouse with security up to here? Shut up with that, Cater. With our stockpiles, definitely. Please, it's okay. We brought rations with us. We even have some surplus. Not the biggest amount, but enough to put us out of dire straits for now. We can change this zone together. As long as we can unite everyone on the plate. Unite? Listen, Wabbit Runs. Unite is an easy word to toss around. You are from the bulk of the tribe. Fingers crossed. Makes the difference.
私には誇れる才能なんて何もない。だから狙撃手として敵は必ず半径3メートル圏外で仕留めるように気をつけてる。
12 years of passion. No matter how we look at them, something about these old clothes seems off. Don't watch them. That would be very unsettling. And I think I can pull a funny here.
Fire ホイッスル、誠心誠意尽くします。
This room. Take a look, Dagda. That's our old home. Ooh. That's something pretty good, living here. No shit it was. And I never did the cleaning though. And I never did the cleaning. Oi, Vina! How many times do you want me to pass off to my mistakes? I dropped in now and then after you left. Tidy things a little. Been a few years, but shouldn't be more different than it was. How's that still here? Always knew you were tight, bird. Hey, what's it me having to be poor girl left behind? Don't give me that, bird. Told us you were going to stay. Now you needed to be in your own bed. Be sampling the moment you were out of notebook. Yeah, well, you should have tried and put up with it. Stop that. Think I don't know you? We're all stuck in hell when you can't sleep. Tired enough to go 6 feet under. Last thing I want is you trying to chip up with me again. Well, I'm feeling that thing just about anywhere these days. What? Too tired? Might be. Just not sleeping is the best way to empty your head. Once my Rhodes Islanders mission's done, Bird, I'll bring you out of here. All of you. Hey, here! Here! Let's pop some bottles to celebrate getting back together after all these years. Cheap stuff, but hey, maybe leaving it so long made it better. Morgan, give Bird a read of those books you wrote. Tell her about our adventures. Hey, Bird, you're missing your chance to become part of the King's Chronicles. Morgan, what's wrong? You've been pale as a sheet this whole time. You finally made it home. You gotta chin up a little. I'm thinking about the pen I stepped on. Probably just some accident. It had a thumb ring on it. Something's telling me I've seen it somewhere before. I feel like I should remember. I just keep drawing a blank. Bird, what's been happening in Norfolk all these days? Not much, Morgan. Maybe it was just an accident. Everyone's been trying their hardest to survive, so it's in the past anyway. You're back now. Be out of here soon. That's enough for us. Norport's our home. Just picture what it'd be like when we came back. That we'd spend our first night filing into a snooker place to play until the sun came up, or drinking next door until we'd all went dark. Maybe we'd go with McLaren to the video place and serve all the seats, and watching the whole adventure movies back to back. I saw it, but I didn't dare look properly. That broken glass cake with blood and the shadows saw on the ground inside. You should get a proper kit, like me. Don't be shattered after coming all this way. Vina, you got that brown laying down. You'll be the hero, yeah? You'll save Norport. We'll save Norport. So it'll all just pass, right? Of course. We'll take back our old lives. Maybe if... look how late it is. Get some rest, fuckers. We got mountains to deal with tomorrow. Bird's right, Morgan. We all need to get some proper rest. Siege huddles up on the sofa. She used to spend countless nights here. Every inch of it feels as familiar as ever. She still remembers how they picked up this couch at the flea market all those years ago. 4 of them breaking their backs to carry the bloody piece of that all the way to the gyms upstairs. She reckoned it pretty wide back then. Soon enough, she was resting her feet on the armrest just beneath the bed. In the dark, Sage's hand brushes over the sofa, feeling each nook and cranny. There's a gash left from when Hannah was practicing with her knife. 3 whole days she felt guilty about that. Morgan spilled a whole bottle of drink here. She bought a tin of awful cleaning stuff to treat the stain, and it got worse the more she tried. The whole patch is still smooth as a baby's bottom this day. Bird put the iron down here and forgot about it. Nearly burned the whole room down. She used to believe these days would never change. She used to be sure these days would never change. This is their Glasgow gang, their neighborhood, their stomping grounds, their home. It's true, she's back. Deep inside, she's not one bit happy. That memoir of Morgan crosses her mind again. The legendary Vina and her legendary mates. Siege gently touches the sides of Kings, resting by her side. Ice cold as it ever was. Leader, hero, king. King of the siege, Vina. Alexandrina Vina Victoria. Something on your mind, Vina? His clothes are too heavy. Can't catch my breath sleeping in them. Looking for stuff that fits me better. In that drawer. The change? Outfit change. Haven't got any taller, huh? Come on, we're adults. Stopped growing ages ago. You never know these things. I remember when we first met. You're only about this song. Enough. Same old guff we always spot about. Not anyone in years to tell that same old guff to. I'm sorry, Bird. Just glad you're back, Your Majesty Vina. Don't call me that. Alright. King of the Siege, same as ever then. Hold that fuck. What is it, Lenny Ermagerd? Don't call me lady. I'm not that old yet. I'm sorry, Miss Ermagerd. I'm not sure how old you leeches are. Forget it. Maybe Ermagerd will do. This high-speed battleship really has been reduced to tatters. Our Batman Explorer gave this place a bathing too. General Manfred says this is going to be the start of the Sarkis victory. Sarkis victory. And the old Dane cop said kept warning me a future like this wouldn't bring anything about for us. Still, just can't figure it out. Why would my tutor have had a feline friend for so long? We're leaving. Hate the stench of this place. Go with me, please, Her Highness. Her Highness, the reason we're here. Doctor, good morning. Need to make some plans for our upcoming operation. Sarkas are treating the citizens as insurance that they won't be directly artillery struck. But whether the military commission or the dukes can't really count on their benevolence on this. And even if we ignore the game that's ongoing between them, we're still bearing witness to the terrible state the blockade zone is in. In the state of chaos northwards in these days, more easier said than done to change the status quo. That medicine and stuff you brought with, give it a count? Afraid it's only a drop in the bucket. Right. What you can accomplish is going to be very limited with our help alone. There's no reason for us to fall back. Investigation of the airship and evacuation plans for the place citizens are simultaneous work for us. Can't afford to overlook anything. What's the matter, Miss Luffy? You love handed chops, right? You wriggle through the circuit bucket to get here, so I think it's as easy for you to slip back out. I can say with pride that those gathered here now are all extraordinary operators of roadside. But I'm very sorry, Miss Luffy. I think we might not live up to what you're imagining. When pitted against those steering the war from behind the scenes, may very well be called puny. So, you only got here thanks to some help? Unfortunately, it's a deal, as the man loved to put it. Not a fantastic one at that. Are you Sarkis? Didn't think the Duke would have found another Sarkis love to work with instead. Someone thinks too much. I just read the papers usually. Very good habit. You're still planning the evac right now, aren't you? Did your fancy pants backer agree to help? Tell me for you know. All signs say she doesn't care. But you lot obviously do. Yeah. Welcome to Rhodes Island. Keeping my opinions to myself, though. My concern is whether we can get out of here alive. And I have a proposal. What's Islanders? Might be a bit of a risk. Sarkis have locked down every information channel out of Norwood. I think I can guess what their excuse to the wider public is. And see, I trust any of the dudes to know it is nothing more than an excuse. They won't spill the facade themselves. In fact, the dudes on the Military Commission of Glasgow have a quiet understanding of it. Yes, Sarkis are using displaced people as an excuse. Aren't the dudes? My guess is that the Sarkis did slaughter every last soul here. Few dudes would be breathing a sigh of relief. In war, some only see the ethics as a burden. Yeah, you're not wrong. So we go and break that silent understanding. We need to give some of the dukes a push, make them act more decisive. Before we're all taking it for real. Days it's been going, and still not a word from you. You're not this reticent a person, as far as we know. How are the Londinium citizens self-salvation for? They left the city. Many of them are left. Not many, I wager. Fine, back to your silence. Does it bring you any peace? Simply remembering them. Remembering them all. Enough, Golding. You don't belong to them by nature, and you're free in any case to forget that insubstantial sense of affiliation. It wasn't your hands that killed them. All they simply do just die in war. Even came up with a word for it. Sacrifice. And most of those names, the people hiding behind them, you've never so much as met. Does becoming a member of a collective instill joy or pride in you? Regretfully, as you've seen, we can only belong to ourselves in the end. No, I used to believe that. At first, I believe I fought for a shared dream, the Self-Salvation Corps cause. In these past days, I realized that might not have been the case. But was right. We're all the same kind. Told him he was pessimistic. You look at me. Whether I admit it or not, I don't put his prayers easily myself. The Corps member may fight with pure ideals in hearts, the Corps itself does not. Take Louisiana or Allerdale, with one I respect for their character, yet their aims extend far beyond what they claimed out loud. For a very long time, I had to be blind to them. It disillusions you now. You finally realize your undertakings were marred since the start. You feel your efforts were all in vain. Partly. You see, I don't have any cause in my life. Just thinking of the people. Places upon places. Heidi, Watts, Rock, Bill, Adams, George, No standing. Right to say I should repent for the self-salvation corps. Belong to any illusory collective of that sort. But I need to come face to face with every one of them. Inside myself. Years of passion.
Honor your orders! Move out!
ドクター、ここっていい景色。
君たちが敵？手加減なしで頼むよ。僕に退屈させないで。My speed and I hail from Victoria!
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
じゃあ行ってくる。
オートテレブレーション中よ。
ここテクニックを使えばこれくらい楽勝でしょ。
ターゲットロックオン。わあ、みんなこっち来て。あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
Standing by. Tactics sharp in the mound.
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Ah, invisible beams. Excuse me? I don't lose.
ここからは一歩も引かない。
I did not notice that this one. Okay.
初期化完了。治療プロセス開始します。わあ、みんなこっち来て。
悪くない位置取りだね。
このチェーンソーで真っ二つにされたくなかったらさっさと投降しちゃって。わあ、見ちゃうところだった。
準備完了。いつでも燃やせます。ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕。
あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
杖が温まってきました。
オッケー。みんな助けに来たよ。
何？装填発射。
準備できました。この敵たちはどれも波の危険さには及びません。まあちょっとまずったけど勝ちは勝ちっしょ。
Full 10. Broadcast outline is busy. You're standing right here. How come your voice is in the broadcast? All lights have greatly reduced cover. Set emergency. Interesting. Should probably check the map. Outline is busy.
全員無事で戻るぞ。
Sarkas Absurdist
戦術支援システム
HP will have creates a clone at their location. Excuse me, what the fuck?
みんな助けに来たよ。
Ah.
Forward。わあ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
ターゲットロックオン。
Orders, please. Bravery shall overcome evil. Wow, りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
ポートキャリブレーション中よ。初期化開発ユニット起動します。家まで送ろうか。怖くはないわ。
Orders, please. Benevolence shall save lives. Hmm? 本気で行くよ。
チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？さあ、あと少し。高温気体力学はめちゃむずなんだから。
ここからは一歩も引かない。
本気で行くよ。あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。こういう香りは好き？
了解。私の仲間を傷つけたければまずはこの
りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。他の人はついてこれる。
Standing by. Tactics sharp in the mind.
プログラム治療モード適用します。ここ私からは敵が見えるけど向こうからは残念だったね。
わあ、本気で行くよ。 この一本、あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
Okay. Oh, check something real quick. Oh, never mind. No, you. Perhaps you could drive a little slower. Our tragically wounded dame won't hang in there much longer, Shining. Hold tight, everybody. England ahead. Alright, this rough likely won't benefit Kelton's recovery in any way. So what? The reason's giving hacker to death. Think a little bad suspension's gonna be what does it? Whew! The roads here suck. Passing through a bomb crater, guys. You could steer around. Too late! I'm going in. Yeah, Cal State Junior. Now get your claws off me. You're free to screw off of the car and drag your sorry little master behind us. Your choice. That's something tickling in your metal skull? You can try it. I'll play ball with you. Or maybe I should just throw you off and make roadkill at me. W, we are in a hurry. This hat can't cough a single word at anyone right now. Look how sad and distressed or stupid wimpy pet is. I never felt this good in my life. Don't you want to get payback on your boss? Medical department shit stereo tip? Reduced to this? She is my patient. Ah, we're boring as ever. The Closure and her circus troupe to follow our route. The Dukes and the Sargas duking it out. The only one who still knows where to find an opening. You're very familiar with the terrain and situation. How do you think I survived the past few years? What? Did you picture me swimming in Londinium sewers? Earth's got her ways. Once we're through these ruins, we'll hit our destination. Is she already there? Yeah, word. I never made the chance to make someone owe me. But pushing the wheelchair's not on your base plan. I got an extra favor for that. Fine. Oh yeah, what's the deal between you and Hag? Dragging an ink out into Londinium's a pretty terrible idea. She is my... No. I am her sin. Comm station. We need to broadcast our existence out there. It'll be an invitation. Right on the money, Dr. Rhodes Island. The Dukes need to know about this. If no one acts, it gives any other Duke's father against them. The crown's vacant, everyone will want to be airtight. You know Victoria better than I imagined. People have been spouting shit about Victoria this whole time, so where can we find a comm station? The signal hub this place got wrecked by the Sargas right off the bat, but I know of a small station we might still be able to use. It's in a pub. Last house in all of Londinium before Norfolk went to pot. They set up a signal transceiver with mad high power in there, so they could get ahead of what their guests from all over wanted. Looked like stones fell and blocked up the whole outside of it, but if we can find a way in and use the gear that's still left there, I think we... It'll be extremely dangerous, huh? Think about what you've told us. We're unlucky that storage station still works, after which we couldn't even encrypt the outgoing signal. Bang on! It's an old civilian model. No matter who hears, they'll know what we're trying to say in a flash. The Sargas will immediately act. We just gotta gamble on the Dukes not wanting a preventable massacre on their name. Besides, I'm trusting some Duke or other will want to step up proper. After all, they're not going to want a Victorian with themselves. The Duke of Windermere, for example. She could be one of them, yeah. Interesting. Looks like you do read plenty of newspapers, Sophie. Doctor, Amiya, I believe this plan is feasible. We need to inject a little chaos to shatter the Tentacle. One or more Dukes in the offensive can be a smokescreen for it. Whether it's finding where that airship is located, or creating conditions for the people to evacuate the repentant place. Then before we do, we need to put an end to the pointless infighting and the cutthroat slaughter in this lockdown zone. We need to give them a reason to reunite. Letting everyone know hope still exists, for example. Yes. If we can make headway in them, distribute the remaining resources here to those who need them the most, then maybe we can hold out, or even not. Reveal them broken trust, just like you said. Real or fake, hope still hope anyhow. So what's your genius plan? No, go to an old pub for an old comm station? Beg the dukes outside to save us because we're all dead men in here? Correct. I want to applaud you lot. You have any good ideas you can give them right now, Cater? Aside from charging past the sarcasm gate walls. Didn't think that after becoming thieves and conmen, planning to be groveling on the ground to all those snot-nosed blue blood boys and girls. You don't like the idea of it being a Mayday? You can think of it as a wager instead. Oh, look. What an elite word. Wager! We're off making a wager with the people in their castles now. Look here! And you can choose to keep robbing people in the street. I won't stop you. Pick what you want to talk about. Cater, now you care about your dignity like no one else. But now it's not the time for it. If the Dukes attacking can help us, then inviting them is an option. Alright, there are the consequences. The Dukes help us, hang up, and what? We hop on their warships to march for our great Londinium, so we become their subjects, sticking ourselves in Castor or Wellington's factories to be beat ourselves to lading machines. It is not going to do up bloody papers. We're about to settle our lives to the bloody nobles. Say goodbye to being birdies anymore. We'll be asylum seekers for them to snuff out as they feel. And we weren't right now? Here, do you think we're free and happy? We're the free and happy people of Norfolk right now? War broke out. We're in the middle of it. Do you want to tell me that you think once a hero descends from the sky to guide all parties together with you to crush the sarcasm outside, just like you've been dreaming, everything can return to how it was? Dignity. Look at us, Cater. We know. Oh well. What the hell we've done. Shit, what's happening? In the street! They're alarmed! Okay, don't panic. Need to clear this up. Do they not want to live anymore? We still have the strength to scrap this hard. The gang sheltering in Norbert should be the same boat as us in terms of low supplies. Through the border of windows, all that can be seen is still like smoke. Then, following and cursing, coupled with cry and begging, sort of things they have to tune out these days, blind out, deaf ears. But this time, not free flowers from a stinky outlay. It's not following nervousness of expectation, or any attempt at cover of this guy. It's in this moment, a luggage holding nonchalantly rolled on the street. Very well, the previous property of some end, past life of conveying suitcases, big and small, belonging to guests of all sorts. Now, pushed out amid the dark by the explosion's aftermath, it becomes a focal point where everyone gazes gathered, target of all their ardent desires. Some that trolley, a sack of supplies, full to bursting, box upon box of tin cans, clean water, rations, rough, yet oh so sweet. That's... Her voice fails and falters. She finds herself unable to avert her eyes. I need this food, get off! You yeah, hey, I don't need you here. You can't eat that much. You can split a bit with me, come on, just a few loaves of bread will do. Take your hands on the stuff first. The crowd are forward, ripping and tearing, the luggage freewheeling from one group's hand to another. People fall, climb back up, throw themselves on the mountain of hope, each with a wish to get their ship home. But most end up independent. Bloody hell! Should even come from killing all their own. Stop! Stop! Stay back for now. They won't hear what you're saying. You can't. Bird notices a silhouette flit past you. Siege! Siege attack smashes fiercely against the ground. The turbulence blowing away the dust and stench of blood throughout the street. Takes in the people before her, and they give her death. Siege! What are you here for? What are you doing? I recognize you, OJ. Your three brothers doing alright? Alright. Can find out when we see them. Not first. Maybe I will. Fine for them. They're free. And to fight over scraps like the boots we are. Gotta clean an honest deck. So, Siege, gonna be a saint? Send me to see them? You don't have to do this. There's no point in going nights out. And our own neighbors here. There's all the point. The point and less of Siege. Little bread means I live through tonight. Sounds good tomorrow, too. Aren't you hungry? Aren't you parched? Do you have the energy to choose? That tells me I haven't tormented you. You're not even part of it. Give me an answer, Siege. Why don't you? How much hope are you looking to steal from me? I can never beat you before, but now I can. Ah! No! Stop! Sir! You're not guessing. You're destroying your own body. Your increased arts assimilation is just a pathological result of acute infection. We can help you. Please stop. Shut up! Shut up, you self-respecting do-gooders! Let's go back and hide in your house or join the bloody fight! Everyone wants to survive. This is the most relaxed. No. Yeah, kids! Want me to pound you flat that badly? Alright, David, God's sakes, enough! Her Royal Highness Alexandrina Vina Victoria is here. Morgan, progeny of the Aztec King, Her Royal Highness Alexandrina Vina Victoria has brought back the sight of kings. Victoria? Indeed, your surname was Victoria? Sure. Kings? But I always suspected you weren't an ordinary feline. Her Royal Highness demands, Luke's forces have begun to advance their way here. The Sarkas won't hold them off, even if they're thrown in the even if they throw in the ship. We're safe now. Seeing even your Siege, you were bloody royal family? The Lukes, they're finally Siege. No, Her Royal Highness Alexandrina. I have to. He's alright, but for the symptoms. I'll prep an inhibitor injection straight away. Terrible condition. You see? I have medicine too. You just need to hold on a little longer. That's right. Just a little longer now.
よかった。風も波もない夜を過ごせますね。
Well, ticking clock. Given the same amount of time, the knowledge that each man can obtain, He's never eaten. I often feel that the times change with irregularity. Their means of coming up with concepts so brilliant, their methods of forming society so diverse. It's all this in. I lived in Casimir's many times. Every time I leave, I end up coming back. Maybe the truth, Banshee. Traces of us are still present in that land of myths. Must admit, the place is indeed fascinating. Yet you don't have me sketch out those neon-lit skyscrapers for you. You simply chose this ordinary village for the stage this time. It's much quieter here. And it's Glasgow, like your side. Olden farmlands have been never-ending plain. A pity that these are probably no longer important to the Gazimers of today. What do you think? What's it compared to Gaza? Gaza is a land of ruin, but the rubble also means that there are countless possibilities beneath it. Our visions of Gaza may have their differences. We can still look forward to its next iteration. That's what Gazimers evolve so fast and that in the blink of an eye, Pegasus, along with their morals and glory, spurs on with our work. It became even sweeter, more fascinating. The descendants of the elders and the ancients accused us Sarkas of devouring their flesh and blood and enslaving their souls. So they found a new method. They did it even better than us. They let those under their rule be fed, swallowed, turned into nourishment for their master to continue expanding and growing. All they had to pay is a promise of the pleasures of life. I searched for Casimir's rulers, intrigued by what they had created, but instead, I only discovered no, there was no. Those company spokesmen, those members of the General Chamber of Commerce, even the Adeptus or the Grand Knights, they could not call any of them a ruler of Casimir's. Inflated desire, so powerful that it can rule itself. It's a simple thirst for survival enough to keep up with your search, no, Patsy? You're more restless than I imagined. What exactly are you afraid of? Thinking deep into the past and history. I just want to understand how to get along with someone. Hey, got it. Now look inside hand. Why not slip in a little luck? I need some more time to get a bomb under your belt. I'm guessing you're probably not in the best mood, waking up to see me of all people. The feeling's mutual. I'd rather die than let someone think I've been hovering over your bed after day with tears in my eyes, praying with all my heart and soul that you open your eyes. Believe me, this is just a coincidence. I came looking for water, you just happened to be in my spot. Where's the doctor and me? Wanna take a guess? Maybe I killed them both when you were taking a lazy cat nap. Sounds like they're both fine for now. You have so much faith in me. What's our present location? Outskirts on Londinium, in a safe house of mine. The courtyard out there is packed with a whole bunch of your people. Is this favor of mine part of your grand plan too, Colset? You can try thanking me from the bottom of your heart, and I'll consider accepting your gratitude. Pascal and I did work out several plans. Did consider enlisting the help of ex-Papel members for the worst-case scenarios. I always knew you were so good at calculating everyone's usefulness. But I have to thank you, I believe. As you requested, from the bottom of my heart. If the reasons not in your head, Smash your head into a heart? Protocol shining. W. I was kidding about calling shining, by the way. Getting a brain injury wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing for you. Can you help me out? I need to get out of bed. Fine. Water for you? Thanks. Withdrawing from Londinium was an extremely risky operation. Can you tell me the current situation? Sure you wanna ask me? We were just busy getting those temporary barracks up now. We could keep our distance from each other till she gets back. I want to hear it from you. Mercenaries have a keener sense of danger. Fine. Self-salvation course got played by Manfred, hard. And his little sidekick seemed to have found just the right time to take you guys out. Can you see it? Those poor city folk were never a match for sharp-edged blood against Sarkis scum. Now your poor wretches are being driven out of Londinium, which honestly to me is a good thing. It's way better than dying in some alleyway. And the good news is that the Dukes finally got moving. That bitchin' ass tells me the doctor and the little bunny were kidnapped by a certain Duke who wants to use them to do a favor. The Duke. So war has broken out after all. Isn't it tragic? You miss out on all sorts of excitement. Any regrets, Colton? Seems like your gigantic brain didn't get you the results you wanted. I've never regretted my actions. But sometimes I feel exhausted. Wow, you're actually capable of such a show of emotion. Can I grant this once-in-a-lifetime chance to take a selfie with a poor miserable called Sid? I'll pretend to be the type who hides in the shadows and gropes in the direction of history. Although sometimes I do hope that things come my way. I and my past selves have many approaches and have been successful, but others in hindsight happen to be questioned. But I still maintain that every choice has been made with rational judgment, and was the optimal choice at the time. Optimal, huh? Such a term does make it sound like a unrelated problem for some. That's not really the case. I can only ensure that things don't turn out for the worst. No matter how I try, the result often proves to me that the impact an individual can make is almost limited in the end. No matter who it is, even if this name comes it, the memories she carries have been walking these lands for so long, and accomplish, it's all insignificant. I destroyed Castle once. The me that I was then believed that it was the only way to bring peace. We managed to behead the little fiends then. We're victorious. For all intents and purposes. According to our plans, we should have reclaimed the king's authority. I prepared all kinds of plans. The successors were under my supervision. But at that moment, Teresa chose to pick up the Black Crown. Hey, I'm not here for a history lesson. But I'm curious, that's it. Why did you and her put Babel together anyway? What exactly do the sarcasm mean to you? If you're just trying to play with our lives, Teresa wouldn't be on your side. I found that, in actuality, the purpose is so different than the rest of us as we had originally thought. Not inferior to any other race, but noble than any other existence. No matter where we come from, the regime has chained us all into a single cord, resisting the same emotion to the sadness. This land is currently in an ugly state. Sarka's sole whisper of being the former. They were slaughtered, pressed, displaced for countless millennia. I've seen the times of old. I was there when only Sarkas walked on the land. In fact, That sarcasm actually originates from an arrogant abbreviation of the Mercury, so it has also become a rallying cry for the victims. The difference between a Jaw and a Goliath is huge, and so is the stark contrast in appearance between a Cyclops and the Alpha Bull. But why have they all been classified as common sarcasms? If a Cloudfire establishes its own company, how would it be any different from the arrogant Victoria of today? When a Shatterer were to rule all civilization, would the culture be any different from those under the ice-cold rule of Perseus? Teresa and I came to the conclusion that these conflicts ultimately lead nowhere. She dived so deep into the Lord of Fiend's memories, realized what I had feared was indeed possible. Our time, or rather, all time for these lands, world, running out.
Why are you telling me all this? Didn't I say I'm not into history?
It's precisely because you're not, Doctor. History has made vampires, liches, the Shatterer, the Mad Sea, gargoyles, made all of you into sarcasms, but it has also bound the sarcasms to the planet. Glasgow shall be rebuilt, but will it be rebuilt on? Perhaps someone like you would have a different answer than I, Doctor.
So worried about gathering fights? I wouldn't have settled down for the time being. Worked up mercenaries called W. It's for the people. Self-Salvation Corps are already reorganized themselves. And I think we'll be back in Londinium in no time. Oh, yeah. Rock, did you see anyone yesterday night?
You mean like Sarkas troops?
No, of course not. Strangers are... I don't know, actually.
What's going on? I received a letter. It was in my suitcase this morning.
Wasn't it written by a Self-Salvation Corps, sorry?
Handwriting's really familiar to me, but no one's coming to mind. The letter said that Granny is in Londinium safe and sound, and I needn't worry. And it also contains several addresses, not very far from here.
The only person who would do such a thing would be a certain Duke.
Yeah. Well, that Duke is in the Londinium.
Don't worry, I know exactly whose side I'm stood on. No matter what those bigwigs think of us, not their pawns. I think the war is just a scramble for power, that we don't have the right to make our own choices. The Self-Salvation Corps will show them all they're so sorely mistaken.
Boom, talk. Hot talk. The loyal subjects are saluting before the king's procession.
完了.
% of the infected here were infected within the week. They're deteriorating fairly rapidly too. Almost everyone here seems to have been abusing their Originium arts. They haven't had time to learn what being an infected feels like, how to live as one. Shining was here. And a typical Rhodes Island medic operator would be doing a far better job than I am. All I can do is not enough.
Don't blame yourself, Mia. You've been at this the whole time. There weren't as many infected in the streets of Norfolk before. True that everyone here fights to the nail just to get by. We are in Londinium after all. It was only after I had left that I gradually came to realize just how lucky I was. That I took for granted what I took for granted was just exceptions for my privilege. People misjudge their own abilities in the environments they have, mistakenly believing they rightfully earned their positions in life through their own efforts. Only when everything crumbles does one recognize the silver spoon.
Such self-awareness, you're... So, this is what you came back for. He's a loyalist to help you ascend the throne. I'm the stupid one here. I actually thought you were the legendary siege that they would willingly die for.
It was not my intention, Gator. I never claimed to be any kind of royalty, but Moon Morgana did prove useful. We've talked of unity before, so regardless, this is just a...
Such an honor. You're in praise from Her Royal Highness me. Touching. Should we shake hands and find a royal photographer to take a picture of us together?
I don't know how I've offended you, Gator, but I believe we should be on the same side.
Same side? Look, you're all playing an insult. Because the other day we kicked out an old couple. They were my neighbors at the apartment I was renting. They used to be real nice to me. Been giving me fried pins they had made too much of. We were dragged down by the sargassum and brought to this area. Saw them panicking in the crowd. We drowning in it. Threatened not to let go. They couldn't take it anymore and I brought them to the boxing gym. The old lady worked really hard. Was out of town. The old man, well, told a good joke at least. The night watch with him around was never boring. Had them leave a few days ago. Fiend gave them 2 days worth of rations. Let them settle down in this two shopping center's basement car park. Place must have already been looted at us at times, but if you're lucky, sometimes find food that's been left behind.
That's a solid shelter. Should be safe enough.
Yeah. They were infected. Turned not too long ago at that. I don't know where the originium dust even floated from. Old. Condition was worsening rapidly. And I didn't give them a single aripathy inhibitor. Should go to someone younger and stronger who needs it.
I understand your decision, but
They're ancient. Probably died from the sargassum parts. Or a building collapsing in on them. Even from a heart attack triggered by cannon blast. That's the last shred of hope I went. Might have even survived. Killed them. Don't think I've done any wrong. You know what, Vina? Can you imagine how they were when they left?
can you imagine?
No, you can't. The crying, the bleeding, the cursing. The old man was still making jokes up to the very last moment, mocking the head chef of the old gully restaurant at all. They clutched their tiny little bag, stuffed with all their remaining hopes. Just like that, helped each other up through all their shaking and trembling and went out the door. If they were unlucky, might have already been robbed by some roadside lunatic. Dreamt of them yesterday.
You're not responsible for any of this, Gator. You're just...
Think I dreamt of the tragic deaths? Oripathy, starvation, flames of war? I dreamt that the war was over. Returned to Londinium, where we were building our home. The war being restored. City walls patched up. Us living in spanking new houses. And amongst the crowd celebrating it. Oh, that old geezer. Still alive. Yet survived. Sometimes it was his wife instead. He or she would stare at me, head on with those eyes. The gaps between the fireworks. I was never afraid of them dying. I know I made a cruel decision. Forced them to sacrifice themselves for a chance to save some others. But what if
When all this is done and over with, hatred still flows on the peaceful banks of the St. Juna River. They'll gaze at me. They're asking me, how should I answer? How do I leave this war?
I am very...
Don't apologize, Vina. You don't have the right. You hold a sword that only exists in fables. Tell us the former boss of the Glasgow gang is actually a king. Those young thugs following her are knight supporters and vassals of royalty. Then you say that you'll return. You should help us. You can save us. We should unite and stand together by your side. Feel funny, innit? After all everyone's been through. The Glasgow gang. Help others run their turf become a ragtag group of drifters, thieves, robbers, and murderers. Finally returned. You became kings, knights, saints. I should be welcoming you with open arms, king of the siege. Glasgow gang isn't here anymore. You are nothing. To us members of the current Glasgow gang, you're nothing at all.
But we have to work together. Only then we can survive the war.
Sure are clever, Vina. No plan to stop anything. You have no good reason for us to sacrifice ourselves for your lofty ideal. You lot and the nobles are at war with Sarkans, fighting over something I could have never thought about my whole life. Not utterly defenseless, commoners, but sheer just by the slightest ripples of your war. Yes, for the sake of keeping my head, I will first resort to which to strangle you to death. You lot can stay here. Go on with your magnificent plans to save this neighborhood, the whole damn country. Or you can finish your business, then leave quietly, just as you arrived. I have no thoughts on any of this, Your Royal Highness. I'm qualified to ask.
No. I'm only a member of the Glasgow gang, and the Vina you know.
And we wait and see, Vina. I told you before, Mr. Colbert, loading up supplies and throwing them out was not a good idea.
It is indeed different from what I had imagined, Percival. I thought this would somehow help a few people. Could have each swiped one of the 2 cans of beans. It would make it last until the next distribution. Could have made it even more popular.
It would have ended the same, Mr. Colbert. Maybe even worse. Even if they were pretending to be polite before, they should probably hide somewhere safe with the way things are now. Good that you are some lives. It's good that you have some life-saving supplies, but take a guess. Would you look more like a saint or a devil in their eyes?
A Sarkis, in the first place. Are they telling the truth?
And as an heir to the throne, the dukes are following your orders and are about to launch and assault you? I'm sure you're not one of those street punks who believe in those legends. You don't know how the king died.
Wherever they are. Help us wait. So we should
talk with them, right? Isn't this? We should go about this in a gentler... You're the one from before.
Leave us, we mean no harm. Just want to talk to you.
You think I believe you? Hooded mystery, sarcasm mercenary, and your claim of being in cahoots with the Aslan King?
Anything is possible.
I never expected I'd get another identity from them, okay? What are you planning? You're both from the Sunset Street Hotel, right? Seems like these two know their secret channels well.
A brand new Sargas mercenary gave us some supplies. It's not much, but I think...
Let's not be hasty, sir. We can talk this out. I'll have some attractive proposals for the both of you. Fine. Doesn't matter who you are. Are you serious about helping out Birdie? The lids on down still standing. thought it was a complete ruin from the outside. I spent 5 hours complaining about how difficult it was to put up a facade of ruin. We just want to avoid trouble. Mr. Colbert here is in the fighting sword. I hope you won't blame me, but I just want to maintain the dignity of this hotel. It used to be a great place, and I've worked here my whole life. I couldn't bear to see my hard work burn to ash. I understand, Mr. Colbert. I remember what it used to look like. Those dazzling crystal chandeliers, passionate doormen and waiters, those gorgeous suites. Not to mention those beautiful plaques hanging on the door. Plaques? See, you are one shocking guest of our establishment. It's many years ago. We can talk about these things later. I hear there's a circus mercenary giving you food? Yes, a young girl who calls herself Paprika. I have a feeling it's not an easy matter. Paprika? You know a mercenary by the name of it? It's on a brief from Ascalon's mission in Highbury. The name came up. I remember now, she let Catherine go. After I apprehended her, I thought she was already dead. So you're saying this is a generally kind circus? No. It means that the food supply is probably within the scope of Manfred's plans. The military commission needs the people of Norport to stay alive. For now, at least. What are they waiting for? I don't have time to care about the circus plans now. Seconds. I know this hotel houses a communication station. I need to use it. What are you planning to do? Contact the Dukes, have them provide backup. So your story about that Her Royal Highness was fake after all. You gave the people of Norport a phony promise. I'm working hard to make it a reality. As long as we get a broadcast out, the Dukes won't sit idly by. This I can assure you. You believe in those novels that much? I just believe in their ambition. And what about after you broadcast? There's no way to encrypt the frequency here, so the circuits are going to hear it too. Isvina told me that she and the Glasgow gang will organize an operation to break through the blockade walls. And should they manage it, there should be secret passages leading outside. They've used it before. We just have to hold out until the Duke launch their assaults. How long do we need to hold out? Under 4 hours? You sound certain. Not after leaving this area? This is a battlefield after all. That's a problem for later. That way we can plan for everything. Just have to escape this place. What happens after that will surely... Just a second. Are there any other guests in Octo? No. Just me and Percival hiding here these days. The shadow is expanding? Hide yourself and follow me. But... Mr. Ness, don't drag me! Come with me if you want to live. Self-in with the mirror. What the fuck? What the fuck do you... You probably want to leave here too. What? What's going on now? Dr. Alert, do as they say. Dr. Sheepless, you... Leave it to me. You'd have a good chat with Miss Delphine. It's concerning Roots Island's future. I get it. You want a chair, sir? No need. I prefer to stay. You've gotten me into quite a bit of trouble, Dr. Roots Island. The identity of Her Royal Highness Alexandrina is an extremely sensitive matter in Victoria, and you should have been well aware of this. I had thought we already came to a tacit understanding in this matter. But, well, let's put that aside for a moment. Might you introduce me to that hasty blue-haired lady who just left? I would like to make her acquaintance. Perhaps even share a dance with her. I don't think she's interested.
全員無事で戻るぞ。みんな All units spread out! My speed and I hail from Victor. りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Oh, she
Orders, please.
off my program.
Discipline strengthens the will.
Dark has observed its special. Welcome, Dark.
ターゲットロックオン。りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
ポートキャリブレーション中よ。
プログラムロード完了しました。
この1分がスタートは危ないからね。
Orders, please. Tactics sharpen the mind. みんなこっち来て。Standing by.
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕に勝てるかもしれないよ。さてどうするかな。
Shadowing crew action.
誰一人通すものか。
うわ、りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。キラリーっと。オッケー。
何だ。
目標地点に到着。
外は危ないからね。
みんなこっち来て。
私が振りまく地で大盛り上がり間違いなし。
了解した。
Take him
ファ
out.
イヤー。了解。私の仲間を傷つけたければまずはこの盾に許可を取ってからにしてもらおう。
うわ、みんなこっち来て。うわ、見ちゃうところだった。これが戦場というものね。
外は危ないからね。
了解した。援護する。
Take him out.
初期化ロード完了しました。
イエスさあ、私の仲間を傷つけたければ発射。目の前で仲間が傷つけられることだけは我慢ならない。
12:13 against the lights. No one can proclaim themselves to be able to bear the responsibility of the country's future unless a greatly reduced conflict puts an emergency response. Characters cannot be deployed on the stage. Inasperable. I see. I not like what I see, but I see. Backtrack. I keep forgetting to change the thing.
全員無事で戻るぞ。
Now, going to make a gamble.
ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。どんな戦いになるかしらね。ん？みんなこっち来て。
What do you?
どうすればいいかくらいわかるわ。
Shutterwing. Next attack deals 80% damage and arcs damage to the target every second for 3 seconds. Does not stack. Gains 2 DP. Reduce deployment time. Can use range attack. First, you don't initially bind the target for 5 seconds and steals 9 attack. Oh.
悪くない位置取りだね。
Standing by。Orders, please. Tactics sharpen the mind.
誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
足元を見てみなさい。
ターゲットロックオン。あ？ここね。
What is this? It's like a decoration. Apparently it is a decoration.
誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
Oh, that was scary.
みんなこっち来て。
Close the mic.
いい
Wow,
で
it
かな。
fucking flipped like a lollipop.
誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
Are you gonna do what I think you're going to do? Yes, you are. Okay. Fuck you.
ここからは一歩も引かない。
わあ、みんなこっち来て。
恐怖は隠せないわ。
Excuse me? That's some bullshit.
ここね。
You're probably read what they do.
誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
鮮血が武器を染め戦場を沸き立たせる。
絶望のに。
みんなこっち来て。この一本が最後だからちょい待ち。
目標地点に到着。
足元を見てみなさい。
Good action. The third attack moves towards the next checkpoint for the next attack.
空を舞う感覚味わってみない？
わ、見ちゃうところだった。
じゃあ行ってくる。
Yeah, but if you break it, I get the stuff.
司令をファイヤー。
恐怖は隠せない。
問題ないわ。こういう香りは好き。杖が温まって
足元を見てみなさい。
私の得意技を見せてあげる。
絶望の匂いにはカムフラージュできないわ。
海面が少し逃げたいのに道を減らしましょう。
My speed and I hail from Victoria.
恐怖は隠せないわ。
Standing by. Bravery shall overcome evil.
Not like that.
オートキャリブレーション中よ。
誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
オッケー。
ほら頑張れ。
あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
足元を見てみなさい。
イエスさー。百聞が一見にしかず。正気。
足元を見てみなさい。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。初期化アースユニット起動します。ほらしっかり。
他の人はついてこれる。
You ass! I hate those assholes. So, your name is really Delphine Windermere. Oh. How'd you know? I guessed. Fine, you guessed. 3 cheers for you. That's a truly Asher. You have the Duke of Caster behind you then. Wonder, she's after that realm blade. She's not trying to keep her ambitions up her sleeve anymore. Took you out in far more shit than situations than I thought. Been really back in Londinium to take the throne? You have to ask her. I don't really care. What do you like to care about then? I'm not to get my clothes dirty more than anything, if I have to say. When I get back, I'll tell my mother she'll want to keep a closer eye on Rhodes Island pharmaceuticals. Thought we were underestimating the medical organization. What? Do I not look like a doctor? No. Try a little harder next time. Now, let's lay our cards on the table, Delphi. How many men did the Duke of Windermere deploy on this place? 2 bodyguards. Sure, but yeah, so I assume they're both dead. Just as the Sarkas put this place under lockdown, try to break out with me in tow. They failed. 2 bodyguards. Very down to earth for the Duke's princess. You have eyes on the sword too? You can relax. The Windermere's not interested in the size of kings. I promise you that. So why are you here? Coincidence. Let me remind you, you owe me one. You're capable of leaving right now. I'm guessing Sir Trilby Asher would love to talk to a fellow Duke's successor. If the Duke of Windermere, fire of the good fight, knew her own daughter got into an accident on a Sarkis surrounded plate, what would she do? I imagine any Duke would love to see her competitor take the first turn in fighting Theresis to the last man. Of course, I could be too mean theorizing about it. He's still outside. Maybe he'll invite you for an afternoon tea. I'll be totally frank, Miss Inez. Your arts have saved my life. I can't argue that. But me being trapped here really is just a coincidence. Every Duke has their own intelligence network in Londinium. Whether it's to monitor Sarka's movements or peep on what the other Dukes are doing. We're being completely honest. The latter is more important than the former. Simply thought Norfolk Borough would be a suitable place to hide. To go further, an able crown heir, once part of the Glasgow gang, would be a very meaningful source of intel for you. Not exactly. Me and Bird just like going to the same video shop. I guess it's the fact Vina can wander around Norport with the size of kings and hasn't been shot off together with a sword to meet the Duke of Castor. That's because our Trilby Asher wants to use your group's power to settle some of his own problems. Right. You're looking for the airship. True. No Duke would resist the temptation. Even I want to know how the Sarkas can construct a flying fortress. It'll upend how the future wars are fought. Your people really love these wars. I think a Sarkas mercenary would be just as passionate. Okay, fine. I do owe you one. So, on those roads, Alan, House of Darling Doctors, not to use my life. Like I just said, I got no bodyguards or troops I can send. Were you here? Be as disappointed as you want, Miss Inez. Can't help you. Your friends or that Trilby Asher with any of your issues. I can handle our men and the airship ourselves just fine. And what do you want? You know full well what I'm worth to do, Castor. But you still rescued me. You're not telling me you helped me a bunch just because you're that kind of a good person. Sorry, but no. Or that's it. It'd be hard for us to compete with the Duke's power, like Granddad. Compared to Rhodes Island, I'm afraid the Duke of Castor has more of her energies focused elsewhere. I trust you can talk your mother into helping out here. That's a very high asking price. I want the support of my mother stepping up, so you can break free from Duke Castor's control. You know what a tightrope act that's going to be? Unfortunately, that's the only choice our House of Darling Doctors has. Wait, was that Darling or different? No, Darling, okay. Doctor, don't know if their talks with the hotel are going smoothly or not. Maybe I should have gone with them. Don't worry, Mia. Miss Inez isn't going to put the doctor in danger. Besides, we're just borrowing their count station. I know the sick here need me more. We nailed down a specific evacuation time for the night. We'll need to withstand the counterattack from the Sarkas barracks. As long as the Dukes and the Sarkas open fire on each other, the chance is ours to take. The plan will go smoothly. Yes, just somewhat uneasy. There's something here that's stifling me. Don't know what it is. At first, I thought it was just how heavy the atmosphere was in Norfolk. After that, I thought Teresa was wanting to show me something again. But it doesn't seem like either of those. Amia, when I was aboard the landship, I met someone who called you the King of Sarkas. They were Sarkas themselves. What does that mean to you? You clearly aren't a Sarkas. Do you hope to be a ruler who can lead her subjects? Or a hero who spearheads the charge? Siege runs a light hand over the sides of King's on her side. The blade still ice cold as ever. Don't know, Siege, I have to confess. There was a future Theresa showed to all of us. Still firmly believe that the future few accounted is worth living for, than anything else. But she gave the crown to me. It didn't tell me just how I should arrive there. Now she's opposing us. I can only try to convince myself that this is her way of testing me. I haven't actually decided how I place her. What will she say to me? How will she look up on what I'm doing? Will the path I chose by myself hinder? I don't know if I'm someone worth handing the authority of the King of Sarkas. But still, I chose to undertake that duty. I worry myself that I can't be the person they're all expecting. The hero who can cleave apart catastrophes, the monarch who can unite the citizenry. How am I meant to do that? How am I meant to respond to hopes that heavy? Tear down a wall? Persuade a few nobles? Shout to the people? Use silence to display my majesty? I'm not good at any of that. Gawain never taught me either. Spent most of my time in the Glasgow gang, beating up rowdy drunkards, running with my friends to help them shake their coppers. That's all I knew. And I learned a few things at Rhode Island, but it wasn't going to help me figure out what I should do. I thought it clicked when I came back. Once Morgan took the lead on the people here, calling me Her Royal Highness, still, I couldn't find a thing to say. I don't know what to do. So glad it was just a temporary trick to keep everyone placated. Then, what if I do genuinely have to take that road? Just couldn't ignore how these people were suffering. Well, it was. Now it's become this. Siege. Perhaps that much is enough. Teresa once told me that the King of Sarkas wasn't a duty. I, too, just don't want to turn away. Dr. Roadside, then. Do you like your job? It could be doing worse. Well, seems you believe you're doing something meaningful. Regardless, I can't say I like mine. Nobody's born in love with all the jockeying and maneuvering. I know I wasn't. If it was possible, I'd use my noble name to buy a big plot of land in some far-flung county and file away my afternoons by the fireplace. With a small dust piece to keep, ideally, and a forest behind the manor. For walks, and pondering questions of literature and poetry and such. I'm ashamed to say, I'm a lousy poet. Sometimes I get practice works of mine published in the Londinium Daily's literary supplement. The man before you fiddles with his hat, almost visibly embarrassed. The critics take no notice, but it sets me over the moon. Still, you know that's not an easy life to make real. The ideal never is. This is the age we've been cast into. All we can do is act in the way it educates us to. Tell me, who was here just now? The owner of the hotel. You know who I mean, Dr. Simon. How about this? I can make a deal on the side. You break that operator of yours out of this hotel and continue on with your mission as previously discussed. Then, once it's done, I'll give you and Her Royal Highness Alexandrina a referral to the Duke. Not as a pawn or a hostage, but as a guest and a friend. We're worth working closer with. You can be assured to forever honor her commitments is a tenet of her ladyship's. You're more interested in a Victoria than a Sarkas. Of course, we're in Victoria after all. Don't be fooled by her appearances. Do you really think this place is no more than a lovable little Sarkas-filled prison cell? I don't think this place is lovable. Fine. Miserable then. Suit yourself. While you're occupied with proclaiming yourself the royal heirs apparent to Victoria, and giving the infected their jabs, I'll be busy, anyhow. There are common Londinium folk in torment here, but those aside, there are great numbers of people taking care to cover their tracks. People with ulterior motives. The Duke I serve wishes sincerely that Victoria regains its glory after it strides over the coast. Some aren't envisaging the same thing. I have to root them out. It's another part of my work. Well, saving citizens here has nothing to do with you. Let me guess. You're ready to pull from the textbook to criticize me. So, no. It is something to do with me. I pray wholeheartedly that every person might live in peace and good health. But it's not possible, is it? Some people can cling to the now, tweaking every little thing by themselves, but some have weightier callings to undertake, even if it's not what they wish for. Such as seeking a future where a nation can find its footing. I respect the former type, but all the same, I hope you won't reject the latter. Every dude could claim the same thing. They'll think they're seeking a future for the nation. That's their source of the disaster Victoria is in there. I won't deny it. Some superficials would say the Dukes are merely contesting over authority and advantage. It appears you're not one of them, Dr. Rhodes Island. Authority is only a means, and advantage is only a tool. What the Dukes are truly vying over are the qualifications to lead this country into the future. Victoria has been dust-laden, enough, and the sarcasm will be the sandpaper that wipes Victoria clean. With some polishing, our nation will shine with glory again. You really are a lousy poet, Mr. Trubiesh. I see you're finally here, Miss Ness. I thought I wouldn't catch you in time.
勝てたんだからそれでよし。ドクター、いちいち気にしすぎると老けちゃうよってママが言ってたよ。
Okay. Now give me a second while I drink some water. Alright, so I know I haven't been going for that long, but I am pretty tired from work. Honestly, I almost didn't stream today. I was like, nah, I've been skipping Arknights too much. Like, even a little bit. But yeah, my boss was kind of beat since before I started streaming, and you know, there's a lot of reading, so I'm already getting angry. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. So let me just check it. Nice. Now we can play it. And also, I'm doing a thing tomorrow with my family because they like to drag me out to places. Something about being a basement dweller that they don't like, even though I don't live in their basement. Anyway, that's gonna be it from me for tonight. We're going to... Oh! This Saturday the 5th. No, this Friday is the 5th. Silksong comes out. But I work on Saturdays, so I might not be able to play on Friday. I'm definitely going to play Silksong on Saturday, but I'm going to see if I can do a little bit. Nah, if I try to do it on Friday, I might get too excited. I might go on for too long. I might end up having a shitty time working on Saturday. So I think I'm just gonna do Saturday night stream as usual. It's gonna be solid. And next week, we're going with Expedition 32 on Mondays, and for Arknights on. Now, that's going to actually be it for me for tonight. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I really appreciate it. And have a good night.